In this video, we're going to take a look at percentage profit and percentage loss, otherwise known as percentage increase and percentage decrease. So those two words are the same. Increase and profit, they mean the same thing, and decrease and loss are the same thing, really. And it concerns in your book pages 104 to 107. So we'll take a look at a couple of the questions from the book and we will explain how you actually do them. So here's an example of a percentage profit and loss question. Now this wasn't in your book, I don't think. No, this was just something that I made up in order to show you how to do these. So the question says, John bought a car for €4,000. After 1 year, he sold it for $3,500. Find the percentage loss he made on this transaction. Okay, so he bought the car for €4,000. So that's what you would consider to be the original, or you could call it the cost price. Okay, that's how much the car cost him, $4,000. Now, he sold it for $3,500, so we call that the sale price, and that was $3,500. So now we need to look at, did he make money on this? No, he didn't. He lost money. How much money did he lose? Well, he lost 500. I can see that by looking at it. But if I wanted to figure out how to do it specifically, the loss is the cost price minus the sale price. That's how you do the actual loss officially. So you'd say 4,000 because that's the cost price. Take away the sale price, that's 3,500. So the loss is actually €500. That's how much money he's lost. But now if we look at the question, they don't want the loss, they want the percentage loss. Okay? Now we needed to get the actual loss first, but now we're going to use that to find the percentage loss. And essentially what we just did there was we did step 1. That was working out the actual profit and loss. Now, to find the percentage loss, we need to use this formula here. You put your profit, or in this case, your loss, over the original price. Remember, he bought the car for $4,000, so that's the original price. So we're going to put 500 over 4,000, and then you multiply it by 100. Okay, that's the formula for percentage profit or loss. So you put the loss over the original price, and you multiply by 100. You type that into the calculator, and you know that whatever answer you get is going to be a percentage, so you need to fill in percentage. And let's type it into the calculator. And that comes to 12.5%. So he lost 12.5% of his original investment. Now here's a similar question. John bought a painting for €8,000. So he bought a painting for €8,000. This is the cost price. That's how much it cost him. He later sold it for €10,000. So that is the sale price. Calculate the percentage profit he made. Okay, can you remember the formula? Profit or loss over the original, otherwise known as the cost price, multiplied by 100. That's the formula. So, first of all, we need to work out, did he make a profit or did he make a loss? We need to know what goes up here. Well, he bought it for 8,000 and sold it for 10,000. So to work out the profit, we get, remember, the sale price, and we take away the cost price. So it's 10,000, take away 8,000. That leaves 2,000. So that's what his profit is. So it's going to be 2,000 over, sorry, the original price. And the original price was 8,000. And times it by 100. And when you do that, you get 25%. So that's the percentage profit he made on that painting. The percentage profit. So essentially in these questions, you're looking for the change in the two figures, the actual change. So in this question, it was 2,000. And then you have to put that change over the original number. The original number was the 8,000. That was the price he first paid for the painting. So 2,000 over 8,000 and multiply it by 100. Always multiply it by 100. There it is, done there. You get 25%. Okay, essentially that's percentage profit or percentage increase or percentage loss and percentage decrease. Now here's a few little more difficult questions here coming up now, right? So in these questions you are missing the original price. They don't give it to you, okay? And the original price is considered to be 100% of the price. So that's the key, to bear that in mind. Therefore, and here's a little thing we need to remember, the original price that you pay for an item, otherwise known as the cost price, or otherwise known as the price before they added any VAT, we always consider that to be 100%. That's the figure that we give it. So let's take a look at some examples here. Now we'll go down to question 12 from your book. This is on page 106, by the way. So it says the price of a television set is €780. This includes VAT at 20%. Find the price before VAT was added. Now remember what I just said a moment ago? The price before VAT is 100%. So essentially they're looking for what was 100% of that television set. So there's a few steps we do for this. There's 3 steps. First thing we do is we put the euro amount that we're given in the question. So put the euro amount. So there's our euro amount there. We put that equal to the percentage amount. Now remember, be careful for this. Remember, this percentage amount will be 100% plus or minus the percentage amount in the question. Now what I mean by that is, we put the euro amount, this is the yellow bit, equal, that's fairly straightforward, there's the euro amount, equal to the percentage amount. Now what's the percentage amount? Is it just 20%? No, it's 100% plus 20%. Remember, 20% has been added on. It includes that 20%. So we have to say 100 plus 20%. Now that comes to 120%. Okay, so that there is the percentage amount. Okay, and that is the euro amount. Okay, so that's step 1 done. Now, step 2. Divide both sides by this percentage amount. So divide this side by 120 and divide this side by 120. Now we're doing this because we want to get what 1% is. And if we divide 120% by 120, we're just going to be left with 1. Over here we get, what do we get? Let me do it on the calculator. 780 divided by 120. We get 6.5. And over here obviously we just get 1. So now I've done step 2. I now know what 1% is. So remember, All of this is because I'm looking for the cost price. And the cost price is 100%. That's what we call the cost price. So what am I going to need to do to 6.5 now to turn it into 100%? Well, what would I need to do to the 1? I'd need to multiply, that equals, by 100. That will give me what 100% is over here. Multiply both sides though by 100. So I need to multiply by 100 over here. And that gives me 650 euro. Okay, so that was the price of the television before the VAT was added. We're working backwards, you see. So the shop obviously got the television in for 650 quid, and then they added on 20% onto that to give a selling price of 780, and we had to work backwards to find it. We'll try another one of those. So it says, by selling a jacket for 416 euro, a shop makes a profit of 30%. Find the cost price. They want you to find the 100% price. And we follow the exact same steps. I'm not too sure now whether you can see that all that well. We'll try and make it as big as we can. Now, if you wanted to pause the video and try and do this question on your own, you're more than welcome. Pause it now. But I'm going to keep going. So, what's the first step? Put the euro amount. What's the euro amount? It's 416. Put that equal to the percentage amount. Well, the percentage amount is 30%, but of course this is on top of 100%. Oops. So the percentage amount is actually 130. Okay? Of course, it's a profit of 30%, so it's going to be 100% plus 30%. Okay, what's step 2? Divide both sides by this percentage amount. Okay, 130, and divide over here by 130. What do we get? 416 divided by 130 is 3.2. 3.2 equals 1%. And then finally, we'll do it over here. Multiply both sides by 100. So we've got this. We're going to multiply both sides by 100. So 320 is equal to the cost price. So that's how much the jacket originally cost. Okay, we're just following these 3 steps all of the time. Now look at part 2. If the jacket is reduced by 10%, calculate the percentage profit the store now makes on the cost price. Remember, this is the cost price, so 416. But they're going to reduce that price by 10%. Okay? So we need to find what 10% of 416 is. So let's multiply by 10% first. That gives you €41.60. They're going to reduce the jacket by that much. So let's take away €41.60 from 416. And you get €374.40. So that's how much they're selling the jacket for now. But how much did the jacket originally cost them again? Up here, look, it cost them 320. And this is how much they're now selling it for. The question is asking you to work out the percentage profit they're now making on the jacket at this new price. Well, are they making money or are they making a loss? No, they're still making money because it only cost them 320 and they're selling it for 374. So what do? We get the sale price and we take away the cost price. We take away the original price and that gives you €54.40. And now to find a percentage profit, you put your profit over your original price and you multiply by 100. And that gives you 17% profit. Okay, now I hope that video helped. They're not easy, but I hope it helped a little bit.